Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgy,
No, Paz.
and this is the Halo effect, which is In Flames and Dark Tranquillity mushed together.
Okay.
It's not the first thing that these people have done together, but I must admit, I must have missed it before when they put stuff out. So, a song called Shadowminds. Can't find an album associated with the song, hence there's no album here. If I'm wrong, somebody will point it out because that's how the internet works. People love to point out when you're wrong. But had a look, couldn't find it. I don't think anyone recommended this to me. I think YouTube recommended this to me, and I listened to a little tiny bit of it and thought, I know that voice. So if you know Dark Tranquillity, you'll know that voice too. Let's give it a go and see what we get.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dark Tranquillity. Admittedly, In Flames, it's not that I'm not a fan of them. It's just not a band I really connected with at the time. I don't want to put words in your mouth here because I have a very particular thing to say about
A
this.
particular set of skills.
No, I've got a particular thing to say, and I don't want to put words in your mouth.
What's that band? Pineapple Thief.
Yes,
You saw a few weeks ago,
yes.
where they had all the ingredients there, and just played something that was all right. And I'd like to apply all that to this because all the ingredients are there. I thought the video was great, production on it's great, vocalist got a great voice, guitars sound great, drums are great, but the actual end product was
Meh.
a bit bland. Yeah, didn't do anything, didn't stir or anything like that. Or the solo harm, thought, oh, here we go, going to get a good solo here, and it just didn't. It wasn't even feel like a proper harmony. And
it was a little bit comical actually because all three of them got together in front of each other and went
to do something. Yeah, to do something that was a bit uninteresting, really.
Okay.
It.
I've still got my thoughts. You haven't ruined them yet.
It seemed it wasn't the greater of the sum of its parts.
That probably won't make it onto the sleeve of their album as a quote.
not as good as
not as good as the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
Paz.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. And if you got any other stuff out, be interested in checking that out. But that doesn't make me jump straight onto Spotify or YouTube and checking anything other stuff because it's just a bit by the numbers. I don't want to say that, but
I think bland was where I think you hit it on the head with that one. To be honest. Is it my go?
Yeah, go on.
They're clearly totally professional people who know how to write a song and can play their instruments. They've got all of this history behind them, so you can't possibly say they don't know what they're doing, kind of thing. And it's almost like, you're saying they've got all the ingredients and all of that sort of thing. The thing that struck me was that, and I can only assume this was a choice because, as I've said, these people have got a lot of history behind them. They know what they're doing. So it's not like they blundered into the studio and what came out the other end, well, that's what we got. They make decisions, don't they, when you're at this level about what it is you're trying to produce and what sound you're trying to get out of it. It sounded like someone in the production had smoothed all the rough edges off everything, and it needed the rough edges, so they smoothed it all off and made and stopped it having that impact, so that what you got was this almost easy to listen to song where it was, I mean, if it wasn't for his voice, there was nothing. It wasn't a challenging, for its genre. It should be quite, not challenging, but it should be more in your face and have more of a rawness to it. And it was as if someone in the production had smoothed off all of that, so it lost its power. I mean, we've said this lots of times, that you sometimes hear something that's really heavy and good, but has amazing production, and that is such a balancing act to get to clean it all up without breaking it, kind of thing. And this had that feel of overproduced, overdone, like I say, where it smoothed off all of the edges off everything. So there was no harshness. Didn't have an attack. There's no attack in it, and the like I say, the guitarists get in the middle. They all like stood around each other and they're going, "Ready, yeah, diddly dee 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 dee," and you're like, "No, it should have gone grrr." They should have gone ready, brown, and it wasn't there. The production, I think, has sort of neutered the song. It's taken out.
But still, going back to the instrumental break, they did a sort of a very bland melody. That's got nothing to do with the production. That's just fair enough. Like where's the?
But even in the chorus, in the verses,
this is metal, isn't it? It's supposed to be like
Yes.
in your face, isn't it? And where's the shredding solo?
Well, yes.
And
I'm not
stuff
saying
like
that.
that.
I'm not saying there was a great song and
And-
it was ruined by the production.
and
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it was an average
Yeah,
song, but
yeah.
also the production was the thing that struck me. I thought this doesn't have any. It's just got no attack.
I do think it sounded good. I think you're right though, but I don't think the idea. If you had better ideas, like we just Arch Enemy one, got you pumped up, and if it was a song on a level like that, I think it probably would have worked a lot better. I think a good song trumps the production issues. You think you
And I expected to like this.
And I can't understand why if you're going to take two, big names of the melodic death metal genre and form something, why would you form something that sounds exactly like the two bands the band you're part of? I don't understand that. It's your chance to do something that
you couldn't do.
It's a little bit maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone, or I don't know.
So.
I hadn't heard these before, but knowing who's in it, my expectations were
much higher.
Were higher. I think always we know. I think what we're going to get is good, and what we got.
Yeah, I thought, oh, this is going to be good, and what I got was something very bland.
It's good, yeah. Like a 6 out of 10, 5 or 6 out of 10.
Yeah, and some people will really like it, no doubt. Yeah. And yeah. I'm not saying it's terrible. I think it was just missing what. Yeah, the songwriter. The song is not the best song in the world, but the production, though it's good production and they know what they're doing, it's like they made a choice.
Because when I came up to space to see Hedgy,
it's a long way to step.
Of what I said, been listening to the new Whitesnake album, and that has more balls in the first song. This is Whitesnake. Production, the attack,
how old
and the
are the
ideas.
members of Whitesnake?
Yeah, that for me that had more attack and it got me pumped up more than this did. And I'd say, this should have got me pumped up. Whereas,
yeah. There you go.
But I was quite surprised the new Whitesnake album.
I have not heard any of it. And it wouldn't be something I would seek out a Whitesnake album either. So
well, neither I just saw something and said, oh, this is pretty good for modern day Whitesnake, so I stuck it on Spotify. That, oh right, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Who's singing?
David Coverdale.
All right. I wasn't sure whether it was
his band, really.
Just because they're called Whitesnake doesn't necessarily mean it's got any of the original members in. Just one of them. All right. Probably can't do Whitesnake. I'll have to check that out. Otherwise, it'll probably get blocked. But yeah. Anyway, see, there's a problem when you stop talking about the band that you're supposed to be talking about, and find it's more interesting to talk about something else. Let us know what you think. We'll see you soon.
See you now.
Bye bye.